What's good, RIZZLE fam? It's your boy Big Man. Yungeen Ace pulled up for an interview recently, and some of the things that he said did not sit well with our boy Quando Rondo. In fact, his feelings were pretty hurt, and he didn't hesitate to post all about it on social media. He even told us a little more about his future plans and how he's only kicking it solo from here on. Here's what happened just the other day that got Quando so upset. So as y'all know, things just ain't been the same in the rap game since we lost Vaughn. That situation influenced not just fans, communities, and those close to Vaughn. It had much greater repercussions. The beef between Quando Rondo and King Von and the way that it went down, with Lil Tim taking Von out, brought quite a few rap relationships to a close, or at least it made some people distance themselves and slowly retreat. Such was the case with Yungeen Ace. Yungeen Ace had a rough patch these last few years. He lost people, and a lot of his partners got locked up, and he had some personal issues to take care of. Yungeen Ace is a Jacksonville, Florida native. He gained popularity with his music on platforms like SoundCloud and YouTube, but quickly moved up in the ranks and started making tracks with the big boys. Yungeen Ace's music often reflects on his experiences growing up in poverty and dealing with violence in his community. He's released several mixtapes and albums, including Life of Betrayal and Step Harder, which have garnered millions of streams and views. In addition to his music career, Yungeen Ace has also made headlines for his personal life. He's been involved in several high-profile legal cases, including being charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder in 2018, although he was later cleared of those charges. And remember, Yungeen Ace was not supposed to be here. Yungeen was targeted in several shootings over the years, including the 2017 incident in which his brother and 2 of his friends were killed. And since that event, Yungeen just ain't been the same, and it really shows. He distanced himself from all the BS as much as he could. But on the other hand, he was trying to stay cool with 2 guys who were on fire at the time, and it just so happened that they got into an argument. We're talking about Quando Rondo and King Von. The incident between Quando Rondo and King Von occurred on November 6, 2020 outside of a nightclub in Atlanta, Georgia. King Von was involved in a physical altercation with Quando Rondo and his crew, which quickly escalated into a shooting. The details of the incident are still somewhat unclear, but multiple videos and witness accounts suggest that King Von and his entourage approached Quando Rondo's group and a physical fight broke out. Gunshots were then fired and King Von was fatally shot. 2 other men were also shot and injured in the incident. Following the shooting, Quando Rondo and his team were initially detained and questioned by police, but no charges were ever filed against them. The incident sparked a wave of reaction and mourning in the hip-hop community, with many fans and fellow artists expressing their condolences for King Von's death. But some also reflected on the fact that anyone could get touched, no matter how feared or ruthless they are. Take this as a lesson. No matter how much bodies you got, drills you did, respect you got, you are not untouchable. Von's ego killed him that night, shake my head. He was just too tough for his own good. R.I.P. The incident also raised questions about the ongoing tensions between rappers from different cities and how violence often seems to be an unfortunate consequence of these rivalries. While it is unclear what specifically led to the altercation between King Von and Quando Rondo, it's clear that the incident had tragic consequences and underscored the dangers of violence in the music industry. Quando talked multiple times about the incident, and he made it very clear that he had no idea what in the world was going on, nor did he know why Von jumped him out in the blue like that in the first place. However, one thing was certain. This was the beginning of a troubled time for Quando. Boy, did he go through a lot of it. Quando Rondo was in a state of mourning after the shooting death of his little friend Lil Pab, who was killed in LA on August 19th. Quando was present at the scene of the shooting, and the video captured him screaming as Lil Pab's body was removed from the vehicle. On August 21st, Quando Rondo shared a tribute on Instagram to Lil Pab, posting a photo of the 2 of them dressed in blue, holding guns, and standing next to bottles of Miller High Life beer. In the caption, he referred to Lil Pab as his cousin and included a crying emoji to express his sorrow. In the streets, and especially in Quando Rondo's book, you can be on both sides at the same time. He lost way too many people in order to let stuff like that slide. That's the mistake that Yungeen Ace made, and that's ultimately what cost him a friend. See, stuff went down big time for Quando, and the trauma is going to stick with him for an eternity. The fact that Yungeen Ace had a thing going on with Von meant that he chose his buddy, and that's that. Yungeen recently did an interview and he reflected on his relationship with King Von, and according to his story, he shared some pretty nice memories with him.
He was on the anchor mom. He told me to come to his house. Should I go to his house in the A and shit? So I'm over that bitch the whole day. Every day we talking on the phone. It come from like checking up on you to like every day we on the phone. Now we telling each other like our goals and shit. And like, you feel me? And we just like, one day we was on the phone one day. He was like, bro, I like you, bro. I like you, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And he'd be here and say some shit, and he'll stop, like, you know?
However, he also told the world that for him, that wasn't necessary treachery or a backstab. In his mind, he thought he could maintain a healthy relationship with both parties.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, see, that shit was that type of right there. Like, you know, I was cool with Jay. Shit, I was cool with Jay, Youngboy, and like Quando.
The whole count, right.
Everybody, you feel me?
Right.
But that did not go well. As soon as the beef got introduced into the story, the whole thing just went left, and thought by a negative past experiences, Yungeen Ace made some distance between all the people who had trouble on the horizon.
I ain't never been in no shit about no, you feel me?
Right.
How about no female, no shit like that, you feel me? I don't even, cause get what? If I die, and you go to jail, she gonna be with somebody else. But she dying for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit, like, so I just told her, like, I really just felt bad from everybody. Literally everybody. So when that shit happened, I just on some shit like, I won't really talk to nobody anyway by that time.
See, this kind of response was not acceptable for Quando Rondo. Either you ride with him or you don't. Ain't no half-stepping where he's from. Quando quickly took things to his IG, where he decided to post a number of stories telling us about what that interview from Yungeen Ace meant to him. First, he said that Yungeen was supposed to have his back, yet he didn't. And that's all because of the Bond situation. Yungeen Ace, the love was never post to die, lol bruh, you was posed to have my back. Then Quando said he's through with all the drama, and that from now on he's focusing on family, and that's it. Something that we already heard Quando talk about shortly after losing Pap. I ain't biting my tongue no more or kissing nobody no more. Yeah, it's just me and my auntie and my daughter, P and Jordan. This kind of reply coming from Quando Rondo makes you wonder if he's really writing a particular story. Some would say that he's not, actually, that Yungeen Ace was the one who did the right thing. See, Yungeen was just trying to keep his head straight. After all the trouble that he had, it seemed like the smart thing to do. Fans would certainly agree at this point of view, and most people online have his support. One person online wrote, Ace was the only grown man out here. Quando needs to grow up. Another also said Yungeen Ace one of the last real niggas left. So as we can see, people generally believe that Yungeen did the right thing when he decided to pull his cards off the table and just distance himself altogether. He knows what loss feels like more than anyone else, and he's been in tight situations before. Don't get it twisted, so has Quando, but it seems like Quando just kept pushing the same energy, while Yungeen wanted to change of pace. For him, it's a chapter that it's best kept as a past, and you don't want to get involved in any beef again. Quando claims the same as of late, yet he's still hurt by the fact that Yungeen wasn't there for him when he mattered most. It looked like they had a different set of priorities back in the day, and it's pretty much the same today. But the way that Yungeen Ace came out straight and kept it buck earned a lot of respect from fans who tuned into the sitch. I have nothing but respect for this man, he real for that response. Yungeen just called it is as it is, and it always sits well with people. That's why he still has a lot of fans, and it's gonna stay that way for a long time if he keeps on making this music. What's y'all's take on the situation we got going on here between Quando and Yungeen Ace? You think Quando should drop the ball already, or do you understand why he felt a certain type of way about the comments that Yungeen had about his distancing? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks so much for tuning in and staying in to the very end. If you like this video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, remember to keep it RIZZLE.